You are watching Sneaky Mode. Remain calm and seated and enjoy the video.
What's up guys, welcome back to the Stanley Parable. This is outcome 6 and as far as I'm aware this is the final outcome. I think there's 6 of them, but I have been told that there is a secret outcome, but I'm not sure what you're supposed to do or if it's even a legitimate outcome as such. So I'll have to check that out at some point, but we're going to go and check this out. If you remember a few outcomes ago or a few parts ago, I was presented with the option of going upstairs or downstairs on the way to my boss's office. This time we're going to take the downstairs route, as last time we went upstairs. So we're going to go and check that out just now.
Stanley decided to go to the staff lounge to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, this is what we took last time. Because then you go into the cafeteria and it leads you to the boss's office thing. At least that's what the narrator suggests you do.
As Stanley entered the lounge, he was horrified to find not a single person here. He decided he would walk up to see his boss, hoping that he would find an answer there.
Uncle... what? Uncle... oh, Uncle Kleiner. I thought it says Uncle Kills or something. That was kind of spooky. Hey look, Barney. Oh well, let's go. Ah, here we go. This is kind of...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You know, when I was walking here, I honestly thought I seen something flashing there, but it was that light on that wall. Like, as I kind of moved. But anyway, we're going to go down. Last time we went up, and but not anymore.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, of admitting that he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, was it really worth taking that risk? All because he believed everyone had disappeared? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. Everyone I know simply vanishing out of the blue, there's almost no other explanation for it. And a nagging fear began to creep up in his mind. Questions that had been there all along. He just hadn't put his finger on them yet. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Was he just walking around in circles? Where am I, he thought. And the more he found himself unable to answer these questions, the more questions continued to arise, until he came to the issue that had been slowly boiling until he could ignore it no longer. Why is there a voice in my head, dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Suddenly, every door slammed shut. "No!" Stanley screamed. "I need to get out of here. I need to know that there's something out there. I need to know it's not just all in my head." And he screamed and clutched at his skull as the voice grew harsher and the music in the background rose higher and higher. And then, moments before collapsing to the ground, Stanley clenched his fists and screamed to anyone who might be listening, "I'm not real! I'm not real! Don't believe any of it! None of it's real!" And then everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She got dressed, went to work, clocked in, clocked out, and then she walked home. But her walk on this day was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Moments after seeing him, she would turn, run to the nearest police station, and call for an ambulance. But for just a few brief seconds, she merely stood there, unable to move. The tragedy was not the death of a single person. It was that she would never know this man's story, never hear in his own words what had happened to him, or what he believed had happened to him. For to know these things would be to exist inside the head of the man himself. So all she could do was observe from a distance and pity him. But Mariella had places to be and people to meet with, very important people, whose impressions of her would affect her career and indeed the rest of her life. She stood there for only a moment, looking down at the body, and then she ran.
Okay, well, it's interesting. Again, I'll come back to you if I find another like an alternative ending I get. Well, obviously all of these videos have been alternative endings, but if I find that potential secret outcome, then I will. But as far as I'm aware, there's nothing. But that was actually, I think that was probably my favourite ending. Maybe that and the one with the countdown in it was really good, and the one with the narrator. What was it again? I don't even know. I'm kind of like, but though definitely that one was one of my favourite endings. So, but yeah, you let me know in the comments which outcome was your favourite ending, or favourite outcome, I guess. And I will get back to you if I find any more on this game. And yeah, if not, then this is the end of the season. I hope you enjoyed this, guys, and I will see you next time.